Your thoughts can heal or destroy your body. Here's the science. Can your thoughts change your body? Not metaphorically, but literally. Science is now uncovering what ancient cultures have long suspected. Your mental state directly affects your physical health. The idea that emotions like stress, anger, or gratitude could trigger cellular reactions isn't wishful thinking. It's cutting-edge neuroscience, immunology, and psychology. From stress hormones that damage tissues to optimistic thinking that accelerates healing. Your body isn't just a vehicle for your mind. It's shaped, guided, and sometimes broken by it. In this video, we explore the fascinating science behind how thoughts can heal or harm the body. This is not just about mindset, it's about biology. The science of psychoneuroimmunology. At the center of this connection lies a field called psychoneuroimmunology, the study of how thoughts and emotions influence your nervous system, endocrine system, and immune system. When you experience a thought, whether positive or negative, it triggers a cascade of biochemical changes. Neurons fire, hormones are released, immune cells respond. Negative emotions like fear, anger, and despair activate the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal HPA axis, flooding your body with cortisol and adrenaline. Over time, this disrupts your immune system and slows healing. Meanwhile, positive emotions release chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins, which reduce inflammation and support regeneration. Your immune system is not isolated, it's wired into your emotions. Chronic stress, the silent destroyer. Stress isn't always bad. It's a survival response. But chronic stress, that's where destruction begins. When your brain perceives a threat, real or imagined, it signals your adrenal glands to release cortisol. In small doses, cortisol helps regulate inflammation and energy use. But under chronic stress, high cortisol levels do the opposite. They suppress the immune system, shrink the hippocampus, the brain's memory center, increase belly fat, and accelerate aging. Studies show that chronic stress contributes to conditions like heart disease, diabetes, irritable bowel syndrome, and even cancer progression. Your thoughts might not kill you directly, but if they're steeped in fear and negativity, they can slowly dismantle your health from the inside out. Placebo effect. Proof that belief alters biology. The placebo effect isn't just a quirk. It's evidence that expectation alone can trigger real healing. In clinical trials, patients receiving sugar pills, but told they're receiving real medicine, often show significant improvement. Their symptoms ease, pain decreases, inflammation reduces. Brain scans show that placebos can activate the same regions and even release the same chemicals as real drugs. What causes this? Belief, expectation, trust. Your brain doesn't just think, it believes. And belief sends signals to your nervous system, endocrine glands, and immune defenses. Thoughts become instructions, perception becomes chemistry. Nocebo effect, the dark side of thought. If belief can heal, it can also harm. The nocebo effect is the placebo's evil twin. Patients told a harmless pill may cause side effects often experience those side effects. People warned of a fake allergen start sneezing. Thoughts, when rooted in fear or mistrust, can induce real suffering. In one famous case, a man overdosed on antidepressants, except he had taken placebo capsules. Still, his body responded with collapsed blood pressure and critical symptoms. This proves that your mind can make you sick. Your expectation of pain or danger becomes physical reality, even when no threat exists. Emotions and inflammation, the link to disease. Emotions are chemical: anger, sadness, grief. Each triggers its own unique blend of hormones and immune responses. Repeated emotional patterns like chronic resentment or grief flood your system with inflammatory cytokines. These immune signals are meant to fight infection, but when chronically elevated, they turn on your body. The result? Increased risk of autoimmune disorders, cardiovascular disease, chronic fatigue, and depression. Positive emotional states, by contrast, reduce inflammatory markers. Meditation, gratitude, laughter, all are now proven to lower C-reactive protein levels, an important marker of systemic inflammation. Your emotional landscape is your immune environment. Thoughts can change your brain structure. Thoughts don't just affect your body, they reshape your brain. Through a process called neuroplasticity, your brain rewires itself based on what you focus on. Negative thought loops strengthen neural pathways for anxiety and fear, but intentionally practicing optimism, mindfulness, or gratitude builds resilient circuits. MRI studies have shown that people who meditate regularly experience increased gray matter density in areas linked to self-regulation, emotional control, and empathy. This means your mental habits don't just influence your mood, they reprogram your brain's architecture, making healing or suffering more likely depending on how you think. New studies even suggest that deliberate positive thinking can improve cognition in aging adults and slow memory decline by reinforcing healthier neural circuits over time. Visualization as a healing tool. Athletes have long used visualization to enhance performance, but its power goes far deeper. Cancer patients using guided imagery to visualize immune cells attacking tumors have reported faster recovery and lower stress. Stroke patients who mentally rehearse movement improve faster than those who only rely on physical therapy. Why? Because the brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagination and reality. Imagining a healing process lights up the same regions that physical healing would. Thought-directed intention, when repeated, becomes neurological rehearsal for recovery. Consistent visualization also activates parasympathetic responses, easing tension and regulating heart rate, which supports immune strength and cellular repair on a daily basis. Gratitude as medicine. Gratitude isn't just a nice feeling, it's a physiological intervention. People who keep gratitude journals or practice daily thankfulness show lower blood pressure, better sleep, stronger immunity, and fewer depressive symptoms. Why? Gratitude increases dopamine and serotonin production, improves vagal tone, linked to calm and digestion, and decreases cortisol. It also shifts your brain from threat detection to opportunity awareness, which changes how your entire body responds to the world. Gratitude makes you biologically more resilient. It also improves heart rate variability and reduces markers of inflammation, making it a natural tool for long-term cardiovascular health. Social bonds as survival tools. Your thoughts aren't isolated. They're shaped by relationships. People with strong social connections have lower inflammation, better immune function, and even longer lifespans. Isolation, on the other hand, increases your risk of early death more than obesity or smoking. When we feel seen, heard, and valued, oxytocin floods the body, enhancing bonding, lowering blood pressure, and buffering stress. But loneliness activates the same brain regions as physical pain and triggers stress hormones that weaken your defenses. Your relationships are a biological necessity, not just emotional support. In fact, even brief interactions with supportive people can reset stress levels, reduce cortisol, and reinforce positive health habits long after the interaction ends. Mindfulness and self-compassion. Transform health. Mindfulness is more than stress reduction, it's retraining your brain. Mindfulness practices teach you to observe thoughts without judgment. This weakens harmful thought loops, reduces activity in the brain's fear centers, and strengthens your ability to respond instead of react. Self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend, has been linked to reduced inflammation, lower anxiety, and even faster wound healing. Together, these tools help break the cycle of self-criticism and fear that keeps the body in a constant state of alarm. Peaceful thoughts create a healing environment. Over time, mindfulness has also been shown to lower resting heart rate, improve immune markers, and even slow cellular aging through longer telomere preservation. Your body listens to your mind every second of every day. Your thoughts aren't just private narratives. They're chemical signals, electrical impulses, and biological instructions. They can either activate healing or trigger decline. The next time you think it's just stress or I'm just worried, remember, your cells are listening. And if this insight reshaped the way you think about your health, like, comment, and subscribe for more content that merges science and self-awareness. Because healing doesn't always start in the hospital. Sometimes it starts in the mind.